We have an interesting subject this morning, one which has perturbed human thinking for thousands of years, and that is the effort to discover what the rules are behind the evolutions of living things. What is the plan? Now, some, of course, deny that there is a plan. This is a convenient answer, but no solution. Others believe that this plan is in the keeping of a divine power and that no mortal will ever be able to fathom this mystery of the Godhead. There are others, however, many devout, informed persons, who feel that while it is probably true that the ultimate and infinite answer to all questions are not available at this time, that by a careful and thoughtful consideration of the processes now functioning in nature, we can come to a pretty good approximation of the rules behind the game. We have a panorama of life, which has been strengthened and broadened and deepened by anthropology, by zoology, archaeology, and practically every research instrument that man has devised. From these various sources, we derive accounts of living and life. We find how things move forward through time. We observe, perhaps, if we are thoughtful, the correlations between cause and effect. And out of a simple and quiet meditation upon what is visible and knowable to us, we begin to recognize that destiny is a pattern, not a series of incidents or accidents. The processes of destiny seemingly are continuous. They are immutable. The most important of all things is the process itself, with which all life becomes involved. The more we know about the destiny of life, the better we can cooperate with it every day. And there are some who suspect that man has been given a mind in order that he may use it to think about the reason for himself. That while most persons use the mind simply to advance some important detail of their own, behind the thinking power is the energy necessary to contemplate, at least in part, the unfoldment of this thing called destiny. We are in the same relationship with another word called fate. Now, fate has been associated with fatalism or fatalistic circumstances. And this idea that there is a fatal necessity against which we cannot revolt and which we cannot transmute or transform within ourselves has led to religious fatalism, which is particularly obvious in the faith of Islam, in which fatalism is essential doctrine. It is part of the principle upon which the faith is built. Now, fate, to the average person, has become almost synonymous with luck. Fate is something that happens for no obvious or practical reason, or the cause of it is something we do not wish to investigate. A good many things that happen to us we accept with reluctance, but we do not wish to try to understand why they happen. The reason we are reluctant to explore the causes of occurrences is that they would almost certainly remind us of defects in our own character. We would gradually be forced to recognize that ill fortune has to be earned, that it is earned by doing the wrong thing, sometimes with a good spirit and a fine hope. But if it's the wrong thing, it will not work. Therefore, it would appear that fate, particularly, is the expression of man's experimenting with the processes of living. Fate comes to us as a result of observing our own actions, or observing the actions of others or of nations, and observing how closely the effects follow their causes.